Hello, welcome to the One I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. I'm wearing a Spider Man shirt. Like, not a shirt with Spider Man on it, but like the actual, the costume. Yeah. Um, Clown World just keeps getting more and more center rings. The IOC, yes, I'm jumping right into it, folks. The IOC says that now I got a last time I talked about this, and I just read the article and or repeated something that a newscaster said. YouTube took it down, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, the IOC, uh, the the Olympics and all that. The IOC says that transgender women should not be forced to reduce their testosterone levels to compete in women's Olympic sports, and those are the new IOC guidelines. Let me repeat that. And I'm actually reading the article. Transgender women should not be forced to reduce their testosterone levels to compete in women's Olympic sports, say new IOC guidelines. So let me read that one more time. Men should not be forced to reduce their testosterone levels to compete in women's Olympic sports, say new IOC guidelines. I'm gonna read that one more time. Men should not be forced to reduce their testosterone levels to compete in women's Olympic sports, say new IOC guidelines. Okay, so like women's sports is over, basically. Basically. Okay? I know people don't like to hear this. There is a difference between men and women. If you want to argue if one's better and one's not, that's you. You're probably one of those ist people. Okay? But they are different. Okay? There's this thing called testosterone. It's a hormone that is released from usually the men's testicles. Anyway, um, testosterone helps you do physical activity better. That's a fact. It helps with muscle growth, muscle recovery. It helps you burn fat. It helps you gain lean muscle fat. Testosterone is very how you say important to a to an athlete because its job is to make you a better athlete. Basically, I don't know how else to explain it. I mean, even in some, okay, like in baseball, they actually test for testosterone because if a player has too high of testosterone, it means it's unnatural, and it means that it's a performance enhancing drug. Yes, testosterone is a performance enhancing drug in the Major League Baseball. And the thing is, because almost every player takes testosterone, whatever boosters, they actually have raised the level that you can have of testosterone in the MLB, because so many people take it. If they actually had it at regular levels, they'd have to like suspend like 3/4 of the players. Look it up. I'm not making this stuff up. Okay, testosterone is a performance enhancing drug, but men produce it naturally. Okay, so the new IOC rules are men should not be forced to reduce their testosterone levels to compete in women's sports, say new IOC guidelines. I mean, is anyone else just like going, what the hell? You know? And it's going to trickle down to collegiate sports because it's like a lot, not a lot, but a lot. I love how I talk. A lot of Olympic athletes come from college. Like because it's people in the early, usually like like track and field. It's a young woman's man sport. You got people in their early 20s and they're college athletes. So are we gonna have? Is it gonna trickle down to college where it's like where does it end? You know, how come we just can't accept that men are men and women are women? Why just can't we accept that we're different? And why can't we accept that men and women are not equal when it comes to physical strength sports and speed sports? It's not because one's better. It's just nature, you know. Men can run faster than women, and partly why is because of testosterone. It helps you with physical activity. It's just how it is. Remember, like back when we were cavemen, or in cave Janes, the men were out running around hunting, you know, and women were doing equally important stuff, but it didn't require that hormone. They have estrogen. A woman's body is built differently than a man because they carry a child. It's just how it is. I don't know what to tell you, you know. So I mean, this is basically the end of women's sports. So I guess all the records gonna be broken. And like, come on, it's like basically life has an asterisk next to it now, basically, because this is ridiculous, you know. And then like, how woke do you have to be on like the IOC committee, like it's well, I'm sorry, the International Olympic Committee, okay? And I will continue reading. The International Olympic Committee has changed its guidelines for the participation of trans athletes. The policy marks a step away from the previous model of gender testing and forced hormone changes. It has been praised by human rights organizations for being more inclusive of the trans and non-binary community. The new set of rules, called the IOC Framework on Fairness, Inclusion, and Non-Discrimination Based on Gender Identity and Sex Variations, was announced on the IOC website this week. I mean, who's ever in charge, who's ever on the committee doesn't like women. This is literally the end of women's sports. I mean, how many like professional, I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. WNBA teams are gonna just have dudes on their team now. It's gonna happen. And there's gonna be some woke woman, some woke WNBA players like, oh yeah, the guys could play. I mean, no, actually, she won't say that. She'll just say that all women, because she's woke. So, I'm just saying, just some random WNBA player, because I know there's a bunch of woke ones. It's just gonna be like, oh yeah, women are women. Even women that weren't born women that still have testicles. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going with that, because that's just not true. I'm sorry. This is freaking clown world. It's clown world. I can't stand the fact that that either people are that stupid, or they're too afraid, or they're just brainwashed. I don't know, but I'm not one of those people. I'm not. If you want to, you be whatever you want to be, but you're you're taking away a lot of opportunity. Because here's the thing. So what happens now when like the best WNBA star is like Johnny from Long Beach? You know? Are we really gonna pretend that that's fair when he's dunking on chicks? Huh? Give me a break. He's gonna be man. Everyone's gonna be posterized in WNBA now. Okay. And then like if you say something about it, you're labeled something. Well, label me all you want. I don't care. An istinophobe, whatever. Okay. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not afraid of anything. That's not true. When my dealer runs out, I'm scared. I swear to God. I mean, seriously, I'm not afraid of the label. If I'm an istophobe, so be it. I'm logical though. Men and women are different. You cannot have men playing in women's sports and expect it to be okay. I'm done. Peace.